Welcome back to our Scalar tutorial series. My name is Mik Knight, and I am one of the Spring and Summer 2022 student assistants for the Digital Humanities Center located in the library. In this video, I will be introducing you to the visualizations feature in Scalar. In this tutorial, we will be covering how to access Scalar's visualizations feature, what are the different ways to visualize content in a project within Scalar, and what layout options we have to incorporate visualizations into a book. Visualizations enable you to see the contents of a Scalar book in a variety of ways, sometimes revealing structures that wouldn't otherwise be apparent. You can use the visualizations feature to explore how content is connected in your book through Scalar features, such as paths and tags, or how content is connected through aspects like what physical locations are associated with your contents. You can also use this feature to demonstrate the connections you have made to your audience in an interactive and visually engaging way. To begin, from the home screen, I'm going to select the navigation icon in the header bar in the upper left corner, revealing this drop-down menu that says Recent, Lenses, Visualizations, and Scalar. I'm going to start by clicking on the option for visualizations. Selecting the option for visualizations will extend to this drop-down menu of shortcuts to visualize the content of pages, media, tags, paths, etc. To begin familiarizing yourself with Scalar's visualizations feature, I recommend clicking through this list of options and then playing around more with the type of visualizations that you feel the most drawn to. The first option from this list is to visualize the content of the page that we're currently looking at, which in this case is going to be our home or index page. Across the top of the visualizations window is a breakdown of what we are looking at. Using these tools across the top, you can organize what is being displayed by the type, which content is being displayed. In this case, we're looking at the current page and any related item. And finally, how our content is being sorted. Looking at the visualizations screen again, across the bottom of the visualizations window is helpful information for breaking down how the content is being presented, including a legend explaining how Scalar color codes types of contents. If I click on the first box to the left at the bottom section of the screen about this visualization, I am informed that this visualization shows us how SDSU DHC, which again is my homepage, is connected to other content in this work. Each dot represents a piece of content color-coded by type. I can scroll or pinch to zoom or click and hold to drag. I can also click any item to add it to the current selection or reveal the content that's related to the item. So when I go ahead and hover and click on any of these boxes, there's an option for view, which will take me to the page associated with the bubble showing up in this visualization. So now if I go next to that, to legend, I can see that paths are blue, pages are orange, comments are this yellowy green color, tags are red, annotations are purple, and media files are green. And since content can have more than one type, a given item may change colors depending on the context of the visualization. Returning to the drop-down menu for our visualizations options, the next option down is Contents. The Contents option generates a tree visualization, displaying the table of contents of your book and their children, meaning media, tags, annotations, and so on, that appear in the pages contained within the table of contents. The same legend at the bottom of the window can be applied to all of the visualizations that include color. So again, if we click that, we can see how paths, pages, annotations, and so on are showing up in the tree visualization format. In the tree visualization feature, closed circles indicate that they can be clicked to reveal how it's connected to other content, and open circles suggest that the content has already been fully extended. So as it says, I can click and hold to drag these around, and I can click on any filled circle to reveal its connections and click again to hide them. And if I click on the name of any of those items, I can navigate to them in my book. Next is the option for connections, which also uses the force-directed visualization tool to show how all content present in your Scalar book is connected. After that, selecting the grid visualization option will show how all content is related in a linear grid. In this visualization feature, each box represents a piece of content that's also color-coded by type. The darker the box is, the more connections it has to other content relative to the other boxes on display in this visualization. Each line represents a connection that's also color-coded by type. You can roll over the boxes with your cursor to browse the connections and then click to add more or to view your current selection. After that, there's the map visualization, which displays all content with geospatial metadata. In other words, this option displays media or other content in your book that is related to a physical location indicated by the metadata retrieved by or manually added into Scalar. Then there is the radial visualization tool. Selecting about this visualization informs us that each inner arc represents color-coded content grouped by the type that you can explore by rolling over the arcs with your mouse and clicking on the outer arc to expand its contents. So here you can see, for example, when I click on the outer arc that's purple for annotations, I can see how all of those are connected within the inner circle, and I can click on those connections to navigate to those pages and learn more. Selecting path from the drop-down menu will take you to another tree visualization of all of the paths in your project and their children. Initially, you will see the parent pages of each path displayed. Clicking on the filled-in blue circles will expand the visualization to display the children of each path branching out from those parent pages. Next, you can view the media that you've imported to Scalar displayed with the force-directed visualization. After that, there's the same visualization tool but used for tags. And then finally, there's a shortcut to the word cloud visualization feature. This visualization shows the most commonly used words across the main text content of the selected items. For example, if the word scholarship is present in the main text content of 10 pages, it'll be displayed larger than another word that is present in the text content of only 5 pages. Once you have opened the visualizations feature, you can play around with the type, contents, and how content is sorted with the tools introduced earlier in this video. For example, here's a sample visualization I created by using the customization tools at the top of the window. This example shows the force-directed visualization tool to display all paths and their children in ascending order. If there's a visualization that you really like or find useful, you can easily add it to the contents of your book by creating a new page. Click the Add New Page icon from the header bar on the upper right side of the page, and then scroll down to the bottom of the New Pages editing interface, and in the Layout tab, click on the box that says Basic. In the drop-down menu that appears from clicking on the box that says Basic, there's a whole section of layout types that's dedicated to visualizations. Selecting any of these options will make the page into an interactive visualization of content that your readers can play with while engaging in your work. For example, by selecting the option for contents, I can see this description of this layout option. The contents layout visualizes the table of contents. It embeds a visualization at the top of the page that shows the table of contents as a tree diagram. The reader can expand the subpath of the tree to explore its contents. The rest of the page follows the basic layout, meaning we have this visualization of whatever it is that we select at the top of the page, and then the remainder of the page we have to freely mix text and media as we so choose. Once I've added the title and any other content I want to include in this page, I select Save and View from the bottom right corner to see what this embedded visualization looks like on the front end of my book. And here is my contents visualization sample page. A similar visually engaging and interactive piece can be added to your book by using any of the visualization layout options in the page editing interface. And that concludes our tutorial on introducing Scalar's visualizations feature. Thank you for joining me, and happy editing.